Alright guys, pretty excited. So I think Mary and I have probably mentioned it a time or two in the past, but we've been starting to save up and keep an eye out for a used off-road style teardrop camper. Not just like a roadworthy one, I guess, but one that's got, independent suspension, more stout steel frame construction, all the things like that. Because now that we've got a little kiddo, it's kind of a pain camping in the rooftop tent. It's been fantastic up until now, but we're kind of interested in moving on to something a little bit new there. And for the most part, they've all been out of our price range, everything I've been seeing. And I found one listed, and I'll probably end up doing a whole video going through all the details, some of the things we probably need to fix on it, and maybe some future mods that we might do to it. But long story short, she ended up coming down a fair bit on her list price because of a couple things that are wrong with it. I just left the house, and it's a 6-hour drive one way, and it is 2 p.m. on a Sunday. So it's going to be a late night, but I was worried with sort of her adjusted price that if she reflected that on the listing that it would get picked up pretty quickly by somebody else. And because we've been searching for a while, kind of just decided to pull the trigger on it. So I ended up getting her phone number, talked to her a bit on the phone, sort of vibe check her, make sure everything seems legit, and we made a deal. Barring any further damage that she either was unaware of or didn't disclose, but she seems pretty honest. She disclosed some things that I wasn't aware of. So I've got a good feeling going into it, and it was in our price range. So we got a long road trip ahead of us. 6 hours each way. I'll probably get back at like 2, 3 a.m. and hopefully it's all worth it. I'll potentially do a little video in while I'm on site there. Just depends on, if she's comfortable with it. I don't want to make her feel awkward. All right, guys. We'll catch you in a bit.
The sun don't reach weary eyes. No, the light don't pierce down in the mine. 40 years, like 40 lives, only whistles blowing to mark the time. Oh, way down we go.
All right, little update. I'm driving for about 3.5-ish hours now. I'm within 2 hours of getting there, so that's nice. But as I'm driving, kind of a couple things have come to mind. One, I hope this pans out, because if not, that's a lot of wasted driving and time. So keep your fingers crossed for me that we end up getting this little camper. Two, realized the last time I was in Telluride was on the trip where I proposed to Mary, and then ended up re-meeting up with my buddy Rob, and we ended up hitting Imogene Pass. And I'm thinking, man, I sure wish I was able to stick around here a little bit longer and explore some. Just gonna have to make another trip, I reckon, because the area over in Telluride is it's stunning. If you haven't been, I think they call it like the Swiss Alps of Colorado, and the mountains are just breathtaking. Not that the rest of them in Colorado aren't, but I did end up bringing my work laptop with me just in case something happens and I have to stick around and find a spot to camp for the night. We'll see. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Listening to a little podcast. Don't know if you guys do that a whole lot, but my bro, love him. His voice. Used to watch him a lot on Dirty Jobs, and it's cool now that he's got this podcast going. I just listened to the one with Theo Vaughn. If you haven't, worth a gander. But anyway, that's our update. I'll catch you guys later.
Lead me on that road, far away from the dark black gold. Take what's left of this man. That's a price
Well, we're the new owners of a camper. And it's not without its little issues, I will note, but this thing is sweet. So I'll end up doing a whole video running through the details on it and sort of the plans, but it's an Escapod, and it's awesome. And we got, I think, a fantastic deal on it. Had a little water issue in the back, which again, I'll touch on the details, but I got a super long night ahead of me. But things are going to be changing a little bit on the channel now. Pretty excited. This will be a decent little wintertime project while we're not camping. So I'm gonna hit the road. Got to stop, get some caffeine, and I'll be getting home like 2 a.m. Good times. But you got to chase the deals. Catch you guys.